Hello, welcome back to cmg-auraspace forex lessons. This is a weekly market forecast on DXY. And then last 2 weeks, in fact, we have been away for a week now, right? It was due to the general internet problem that we are facing in Africa, especially in Ghana and Nigeria and some part of Africa. So we were away, but notwithstanding, I was still providing guidance, some charts in our Telegram page, and I was providing some updates. So sorry for being away. It wasn't intentional. It was because of that network problem. So we wouldn't waste much time and then going back to the previous week. In fact, this week is going to be the 13th week for in fact in 2024. So in the recent weeks, in fact the recent weeks, we were doing some analysis and then I came up with the idea of I was doing some back testing, right? In fact, usually or normally we do the analysis on DXY, and then sometimes we do we extend the analysis on gold. And if time permits, or if you think the week is going to be bright, in fact brighter for gold. But if not so, our main focus is on the DXY because we believe that DXY moves the market in many cases. And then the pairs that we were trading was pounds USD and then Euro USD, right? And then we have that idea of if dollar is buying, the what give the selling, and then you understand. So that is the idea of what you were doing so far. In fact, from the beginning of the year. So it got to a time that I realized, in fact, we have the idea. Auraspace has the idea of broadening our tentacles, right? Even though I have my niche in GU and EU. In fact, I am teaching. So for teaching purposes, I decided to add JPY. That's the Japanese yen. It's also a popular currency that actually controls the market. You see, besides the DXY or the American dollar, right? So I was doing some back testing for, in fact, a month now. It's not like I've never traded JPY spread before. I have, but I was developing my niche. In fact, concentrating on my niche. So I decided to add back JPY pairs and then to give people the bigger room. In fact, varieties in the trading of pairs. So with JPY, in fact, in the course of the week, the last 2 weeks, I was trading them somewhere on demo back testing. You understand? So I was giving the results here and there. So you realize we are doing good. So now I've decided to add JPY towards the currencies that are actually do the intensive technical analysis for the week, right? So I won't waste my time on this DXY, for instance, because in fact this week or the recent for about 3 weeks now, DXY has been in the bullish in fact, for 2 weeks now, DXY has been in the bullish trend, as in dollar has been buying strongly, in fact, strongly, right? So that was it. Now, like we do always, we do our analysis with a special skill called top-down analysis. So the top-down analysis means that we take the higher time frames and then we do the analysis down to the least time frame that we prefer to do. So normally I start from, because it's a weekly time frame or weekly analysis, a forecast, I start from the week down towards the 1 hour. Now, I won't waste much time this week on DXY because generally it's in the uptrend. So if you look at this, sorry, the chart may look a bit messy, but focus on the candlestick, right? Focus on the candlestick and forget about the descriptions that I have there. The descriptions here are just week 1, week 2, right? So per my journaling, trading journaling, I put those things there so that anytime I need to write down things into my journal, I come here and pick the information. So that is what I do. So we are just about week 1, week 2, week 3. That is the main thing here. So forget about them. Now, looking at the weekly time frame, we have a bullish market, a bullish what? DXY for the last 2 weeks, right? So this is the weekly time frame. That is why I'm telling you the last 2 weeks. We have this one and then this one. Let me zoom it a bit. So, and they are very strong. And now what is actually happening around this side? Now we remember we were doing some I was coming up with some another what patterns, right? In trading, we trade patterns, right? Besides the candlesticks that we know, and then there are support and resistance here and there. We also trade what patterns, some what price action, and then we have some patterns, special kind of things or shapes. Let me put it that way so that you understand. Instead of using the patterns can confuse you if I come back to use candlestick pattern, right? So the shape that we trade. So sometimes just look at the shape and then you do that. So this V shape, like in the recent or the recent weeks, I told you I was coming out with these shapes, and then they were actually working. So around this place, right? This place I actually what benefited from the market. If you are in my Telegram page, I was posting and I was enjoying. Yeah, so it came to this point. Now, when it came to this point, I was expecting the market what to push up, right? To rally and keep going up. Because in long-term analysis, we were expecting that dollar should actually hit this price, this ceiling. And then when it gets there, whatever it decides to do, we follow it. So that was our, in fact, anticipation for our long-term analysis, right? We have the days or the weeks, but the long-term or the monthly analysis that we are having or anticipating was that price will get to this level. So when it got here, I realized this shape. When I got to this point, I was expecting that the market will bounce up from this what support trend line, right? Yet when it was moving this way, I was actually in the trade. I was enjoying, but I enjoyed for a full 2 weeks. Yes, a full 2 weeks. In fact, for 3 weeks, I was actually enjoying because when I realized this shape, I was enjoying. And then when it got here, I was expecting that the market would bounce back rally. But when it goes here, now this structure was filled. It means that it broke this support trend line, and then that was what happened. Now, when it got here too, I was thinking when it got here, then market will continue move down because price structure and character has been changed. So I was trying to follow, right? Most of the things that we do is follow what market trend. So when it got in, broke it strongly. This kind of it's a very strong kind of stick, right? So I thought market was going to move in that sense, but lo and behold, it didn't happen that way, right? No, I was watching it, right? I was watching it. So when it got here, then after breaking it, I thought it was going to move down. Maybe the price and character had the action or the structure, sorry, has changed. Because if we should draw a trend line here, the market structure would have what changed extremely differently. So that was what I was expecting, but it didn't happen that way. The when it got here, price was faked out and then started pushing up. Now that is in a recap for the last recent weeks. Now, when you see here, when you look at this candlestick pattern, we have what a particular candlestick pattern forming here, and that we call it what the bullish engulfing, right? You can call it the bullish engulfing. The three candlesticks happening. In fact, this is a morning star, I should say, right? This is a morning star because it's consisting of what three candlestick what patterns, three different candlesticks. So this is a morning star, and a morning star is a bullish candlestick pattern. So if it's a bullish candlestick pattern, what it means that price will continue to move up. Price will continue to move up. Now, notwithstanding, even though the character or the structure has changed, and then we see a bullish engulfing forming around this support level, as you call it a support, I can call it a support level, right? Now, there is another thing, another area which I call the what the FVG, fair value gap, right? And at the same time, I see what a supply what zone. So I am adding up whatever I'm doing now, I'm adding up the confluence for me to decide at the end of the day or at the end of this analysis whether it's going to go up or come down. So this is where we are. When we've got this fair value gap in the excessive analysis, realize that when price goes to this fair value gap, when it gets there, it was rejected like a number of times. One week, this was 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So for 4 weeks or for a month, price has been, in fact, yes, price has been rejected by this fair value gap. So when it got here and I saw this, I said that is a good thing. Price is not going to come back. But yet, I'm a human being and I accept the fact that I can't have all my analysis being 100% what playing out. I told you from the onset. This is what the disclaimer thing. I should tell you. That is it. So when it got here, they failed and then go back to this level. So I thought the price was going to move that way, but it didn't. Then it started bouncing back. So this is what we see now. Now this is what a morning star. It's a bullish candlestick. Now once again, when the area that we are approaching now is a fair value gap, and this fair value gap is what? It's a bearish fair value gap. Meaning when price gets there, they might be rejected again. They might be rejected again, or now that dollar is very strong now, it might break this level. Now bear in mind, if it breaks this fair value gap, then dollar is not going to come back now. I can say with 99% what certainty or 80% certainty, right? If we actually if dollar or price breaks this fair value gap zone, then bear in mind, price dollar is not going to come back now. But in this zone again, once again, it might be rejected again. Now bear in mind, if we reject it again, then we are coming back straight down to this level. So now we are not going to rush into entering the market, but we have to what? Monitoring the market. So that is why I told you to join my Telegram page, right? If you type cmg-auraspace community, it will pop up. Just join. I still have that link in this video, YouTube video channel, the description, right? So we find everything there. So just click that, you join. Or better, so you can email me, check on this page, the email me, and then I'll get back to you. So this is what's going to happen. So I'll be monitoring it in the course of the week to give you a firm confirmation. So this is a forecast. A forecast doesn't mean it's what 100% what certainty. I have to be honest with you. So that is why I always say that join the Telegram page, or if you have a mentor, that is what you have to be doing. They do the analysis, but we have because perspective actually change or can change in the course of the week. Forget about your analysis that you did in the course of the week, because your analysis is a weekly analysis. But in the course of the day, the news, the fundamentals, and here and there, economic and macroeconomic events can actually turn things around entirely. So that is why it's advisable to join the Telegram pages, the communities, whatever you have, and then you can be led wisely or prudently. So this is what is going to happen. Like I said, so at this fair value gap, let's see what price does. But I have the hope that these candlesticks are very strong here. So I'm expecting that in fact, I want them to break it. The fact that I want doesn't mean it to happen. I just prefer that it's actually good, because if price have actually remained below this fair value gap for a long time. So now that it has been rejected here, right, I want to actually break it and then hit this ceiling. So if you realize, if you are a position trader, and then the first analysis that I did, or in the course of the week that I've been doing, that you're expecting price to get to this level and then decide whether it's going to go up or come down, then you'll be enjoying, because you're a position trader. You'll be in it because even when it went to this level, it came down here. It didn't go further because you're a position trader. Now it's what? It's bouncing back. It's gapping up again to what? Profitable. So that is what you have on the weekly. And this same is the same thing on the daily. You realize. So this thing gives you a confluence, right? A top-down analysis. What it means is that if you have a number of agreements, in the different time frames, right? Number of agreement in different time frames telling you the same thing, then that is what is going to happen or has a higher tendency of what happening in the course of the week. So we see what is happening here on the daily time frame. It's the same thing that is happening, right? Bullish trend, same thing that is happening. I'm not going to talk much here. Now let's move down to the what? The 4 hour two. You see the 4 hour two, very strong, and then even above the what? The moving average, strongly above the moving average. You realize that it's very, very strong above the moving average, even at this level that I call now is support level. It's what? It's above it. You understand? You see what is happening. So let's see what happens in the course of the week. Let me move down to the 1 hour. Now, in the 1 hour too, that is what is happening. Even in the 1 hour, it's very, very, very further away from the movement are very strong. Now, but bear in mind, in the 1 hour time frame, we are actually in the fair value gap. So it means that price can actually move to this level. It's within, can move to this level and come back. But then if you are an intraday trader and you are actually selling on this level, you can actually benefit to this level because price could actually move to this level and come back, or move here and then this breaks it and then and go and move further up. So that is what we have on the DXY. Now let's move to the JPY. Now, JPY. So let me still start from the weekly time frame, right? Now, JPY. Now, there's one thing that I need to pay attention to. Normally, right, on a regular, DXY and JPY are supposed to move in different directions, right? But of late, like I was doing the back testing, that's what I've realized so far that now DXY and JPY are moving in the same direction. Now, they are moving in the same direction, but the magnitude are very different. What does it mean by the magnitude? The magnitude is just about the percentage, the level. So if you watched on this side of what my plane, the watch list, I have DXY at the top and then you have JPY basket just below it. Now look at the percentage, right? Because the percentage change. That means how strong that currency has moved up or down. So you see that we have 0.44% and then we have 1.3%. So in the direction, what it means that you see the green colors. The green colors means for that direction, it's depicted by the word the green color. What it means that they are always buying. In fact, they are all buying. But yet, if you look at the percentage wise, the difference is very further, very big, very huge. Just to compare 0.44% to 1.30%, you see, very wide. So that is what is happening. It means that you can still be in the same type of what trade for this DXY and the JPY pair. You understand? If you are buying them, that is it. So that is what is happening. So on DXY, I trade GE and EU, pounds USD, and then USD. And then on JPY, I trade what? EJ. EJ is what? The Euro, Japanese, Euro against the Japanese yen, and then the pound against the Japanese yen. You understand? So that is what I trade. And sometimes I look at how strong or the magnitude of what the DXY, then I can decide to go in on the same type of trade on gold. So you understand? So that is what is happening at the moment. So you see what is happening here? I see I have my support level here. I just do it before I did a pre-analysis. I just do this one. But backdating this analysis to 1970 or so, there's no support level here. So this is a new support level that has been drawn, right? So we can say that this is the actual support level backdating it to 1970. I do that is as far back as I can do my analysis. That is what I do. So I told you the other time, my lines are not drawn for just disturbing you or for the beauty of it. No, right? Because for teaching purposes, I have to leave the lines on them to guide me and then come back to them. So that is what I do. So this is what is happening. So on a weekly time frame, what is JPY looks what bearish, right? Let's move to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, see what is happening. On the daily time frame, even though JPY is moving down, now there is what a morning star forming here, which makes it a bullish what pattern forming in a downtrend. So that means price could what actually move back and then start going up, right? And buying. So that is what we are seeing here. Now let's move to the 4 hour time frame. See the 4 hour time frame too is very clear, it's clearer. Now, why is it clear? I have my confluence now. Now, price is above the what the moving average. It's above the moving average, right? And then price is around what? If I should draw another, let me put this in here, right? Let's see another support level, right? Because price has been rejected a number of times here, right? It has been rejected a number of times here, and the price are above what? This moving average is currently at a resistance that I can call like a resistance. But the resistance to me looks weak because prices is actually moving up. So let's see what happens. So I'm hoping that if price breaks around above this rectangular shape, I use this one for a confluence. It actually works for me, right? It actually works for me. So I draw them to see if price moves above them, then I decide. So if you see this rectangular box, it's my decision, they are my entry what point. That is what I use it for. And the horizontal lines are my entry and at the same time it could be what exit level. But for the rectangular boxes, they are my entry points, either above it or below. Decide on the type of trade that I want to go into. So that is what it is. So now let's move to the 1 hour time frame. The 1 hour time frame, you see what is happening here, right? Same around the same thing. But this looks very bullish. You understand? Even though the last week was 1.30. So what it means that price could actually consolidate for a longer time here. And then when it starts going up, it will be massive. Or when it starts coming down, it will be massive. So you just have to what? Say what? Alert the various channels and then it will be updated. So I wouldn't go back to gold, right? Gold last week was in fact was bullish, was actually buying. So let's see what happens to GXY and then we'll decide later. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share. If any issues or any concern, let us know. I wish you a happy trading week. Bye for now.